What up again, dudes? Apologize for the rain in the background. It is what it is. Let's get started. So, Forge build. You probably saw my Volunder Forge build. Well, I've remastered it even better, and it took me doing the Nessus Forge to realize that my stats weren't 100% correct, especially for the Nessus one. They were okay for the Volunder, but as Forges are going to get harder through the weeks, especially with the new one we haven't seen, I needed to tailor it a little bit better, and that's the only time you're going to see me doing low mobility, a little bit of resilience, and high recovery with the mods and perks that I choose. Just copy it. We'll go over a lot of it later so I can get more detail out. Let's start out with the helmet. So this is all Dreaming City gear here. So the Reverie Dawn Hood, 1 mobility, 3 recovery with a recovery mod, no supercharging perks, submachine gun targeting is what I recommend here. I'll go over weapons you need as well, and then a heavy ammo finder, but submachine gun targeting, no super perks because you only need your super one time in the Forge. 2 mobility, 2 recovery on your arms, a recovery mod to get the 2 recovery, do enhanced impact induction, so you get 8.32 seconds per melee hit, but you do have a 6-second cooldown, and then do a shotgun scavenger, taking you from a 6 to 7 drop per green brick to 7 and 8 drops, basically. These are the robes from the Forge, the Annealed Shaper robes, 1 resilience, 3 recovery, a grenade charge mod, unflinching shotgun aim, so if you're shotgunning a captain or whatever, you're not getting, knocked around, it kind of pulls you towards target, and then submachine gun reserves here, so when you use your rift, your regular rift with the Lunas, you have plenty of submachine gun to go around for everybody. Now onto the boots, Luna Faction. If you can get them with traction, cool. If not, it's not really needed because you want to keep your mobility around a 4 on this, but I would make an exception to have traction to go to 6 from 4, but throw another grenade charge mod on. That's going to drop you to 50 seconds plus the impact induction, dropping you down even lower. You're going to have grenades all the time with impact induction and the 2 mods. And then on your bond, an impact mod, recuperation, and machine gun reserves, so you can hold up to 285 from 240, so you have enough to go for any kind of situation that might be thrown at you. And then 1 impact mod takes you to 1 minute for your melee, not counting your subclass that also helps you out in recharging that. But recuperation's really key. You're always going to be making orbs, so having that is a beast here. And then right here, as you'll see with the armor on, this 2 resilience that I have on my armor saves you for situations right there when you get caught up. Maybe you're like, floating off of a ledge or something. Things just don't go your way. You get hit really hard. A lot of situations happen though where you'll have like barely any health left, and it seems like 2 resilience gives you that tiny little pinch of health, like right there, to make quick decisions that you almost didn't get to make had you had 0 in the Forge. Alright, moving on to Hammerhead. You've seen me call this a god roll, and I'm going to explain to you again why it's a god roll. So threat detector, surrounded, boss spec. I do the boss spec in case surrounded isn't proc. I'm still doing the bonus damage, but surrounded is where it's at, and especially threat detector. Here you go right here. Here's what the gun would be doing without surrounded. 72, 74 in the well, and then as soon as it procs, you'll see the damage go to 10,277 with surrounded. 3,003 more damage per shot than without it, and then we do the empowering and it goes to 12,847, doing 3555 extra, and that's why it's a god roll for the Forge only. Freaking nuts, dude. I'm telling you, grind that one out, and when you get it, you won't need any more Forge weapons, I promise you. Now for the Badlander. I don't use the Kilo Shotty because I like the auto-loading holster and the threat detector in case I need it. Threat detector helps me aim better. Auto-loading always there if I'm picking up the battery. I can also hold it and have the Badlander equipped, and the auto-loading still works, so I have little time for reload. And then a boss spec to melt the boss even more. And then it also, you have Guiding Flame, so you actually do, the empowering, so it's kind of like a Kilo in a way, because you can get that bonus damage with it by proccing this. But it's really not 100% needed. A Kilo is cool and all, but I'm telling you, the auto-loading keeps you running and gunning all the time. You don't have, when you're in the Forge and a lot of situations are going on, a lot of ads are around, sometimes you don't have time to sit there and reload 8 shotgun shells. So when you just throw it back to your primary or whatever, right, like this situation here, I don't got time to reload. Let auto-loading do the work for me. Right here, as soon as I pick up the battery, I can just throw the gun back, let it do its thing, throw the battery in. Even though I didn't miss it, I don't have time to go back and get it. I still have auto-loading holster that's already got it set for me if anything were to happen while I'm trying to chase around these bouncing batteries. This seemed to happen all the time on round 2. So that's why I choose that over a Kilo Shotty, man. Auto-loading holster, threat detector on Badlander. It's freaking nasty. You'll see if you use it. Now onto your primary, the Trackless Waste, Kill Clip Grave Robber with Wolf Dot W2. I throw a boss spec on it because if I'm out of ammo completely, I can still shred the boss a little bit extra when I'm in my Luna Rift or my well, whatever. But you want to get W.2 or whatever, the wolf scope, grave robber, and the kill clip. Throw a boss spec on it. The masterwork is up to you. I have stability, but it really is beast here, man. Like you always get the grave robber proccing, and you can also always get the kill clip going as well to do even more extra damage to people. And if you're trying to run and gun, this time to kill with this gun is better than any weapon as far as the accuracy and just on the fly shooting. This thing is hella accurate, man. I'm telling you. The Well of Radiance, aside from doing the melee empowering, has really good features as far as Benevolent Dawn, healing or empowering, charges your grenade melee and ripped energy, so you really get that a lot. And then if you're ever really in trouble, you can just charge your grenade, throw it at your feet, and get your health back if needed. So Dawn Blade, super beast here with the Well of Radiance. This is what your ammo will look like once you get max machine gun and then max shoddy. It's better to pick up more per green brick for your shoddy than to hold more in reserves when you have to pick and choose what perks you're going to have on your armor. The reason that I chose low mobility was because I don't do a lot of strafing when I'm in any of these events. I'm usually jumping around, and I don't like to float around too much because I see myself getting killed a lot more when I wouldn't have been killed if I could have just landed a lot sooner. And the 2 resilience really isn't much at all, but that little tiny millimeter speck of health seems to always save me when I have that 2 on, like right there. It's those situations where you're like, oh crap, I didn't even see that guy run up on me or whatever. It just lets you get that little split-second decision where you can either throw your rift down or get out of the way real fast, just in enough time to get your 9 recovery going on, which is super key to have as well. I really like having 9 or 10, but I couldn't really do 10 because of the perk situation, having to match everything how I needed it. If you can get a 3 recovery helmet, then you could probably achieve the 10 recovery, but I wanted to use the Reverie Dawn gear, so that's why I did that. But there is another helmet that I used to use that had 3 that let me achieve the 10, but 9 and 10, really not a big difference here. And why I chose 4 mobility over not 3 or 2, because 1, 2, and 3 are like a level of mobility, and then 4, 5, and 6 is like the next level, and then 7, 8, and 9, and then 10 stands alone in its own level, which is the complete fast, highest or whatever. But 4 is where I really liked it sitting at. It seems like that was just a great amount of like strafing, plus the jump height was okay. But like I said, the only time you'll see me doing this is in the Forge. That's where the stats really should be at 429, or you can do a 339 if you wanted to, but 429 is really like how I liked it, man. That's like the final, like it was just perfectly set. There was hardly any deaths at all once I got that. The recovery's on point, the charge points are on point, like recharge rates, stuff like that. And like I said, if you're shooting your heavy ammo or anything on anything but a boss fight, you're kind of messing up, and you shouldn't be using your well unless you're at the boss fight. But other than that, man, that is my beast Forge build, God build. Y'all take it easy. Catch y'all next time in space.